Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Sacramento Racetrack here on Saturday. It is July the 28th, 2018. I'm going to look at races 1, 2, and 7 from Sacramento, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get on to it. We're going to look at races 1, 2, and 7. The first race from Sacramento, it's for the mules. It's an allowance race, purse $5,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 5 horses here, going the distance of ground of 400 meters if you want to go by that, or the distance of ground of 2 furlongs or 440 yards. 440 down this straightaway. My top selection here, I'm going to use the old lady, the one horse Bar JF Red Ticket. I'm going to go 153 in the tri-cast of the trifecta. 153 tri-cast trifecta. Top selection, the one horse Bar JF Red Ticket. Hugo Herrera is on this 13-year-old mare by Sterling's Sweet. This horse's most recent outing game, 20th of July, last week here at Sacramento, 400 yards in a speed index race. This horse won by length. This horse doesn't like 350, I noticed. This horse does the better running at the longer distances, like 400, 440, 660, 870. The longer the races, this horse just runs a little bit better. This horse didn't have the best of trips early on, but got there in the end. Good victory for this horse. Before that here at Sacramento, 350 in the lounge race. Finished 4th by 2.5 lengths. Just really couldn't keep up with them there. And then at Oak Tree at Pleasanton, 350 in a stakes race. Horse finished 4th by 3/4 length. Closed up well a little bit at the end of the race, but needed something early on. And then at Oak Tree Pleasanton, 350 speed index, first of the year. This horse finished second by head. Dueled early on, just couldn't get the head in front. Something that does scare me. Hugo Herrera, who rides this horse, is 17-0 so far this year. So it scares me a little bit, but I think he's due for a victory, and I think this horse is due for another victory, and I think he'll get it here. Like I said, this horse really likes the 440 distance, or mule, shall I say. So to recap my selections for the first from Sacramento Cal Expo, gonna go with the one horse Bar JF Red Ticket. Gonna go 153 in the tri-cast of the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 2 from Sacramento. The second race, it's the Linger Injury Lawyers Stakes. It's going for a purse of $8,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 8 horses here, going the distance of ground of 300 yards, which is about 1 3/4 furlongs, something like that. 1 1/4 furlong. 300 yards. Top selection here. I like the number 6 horse, Snowy Coronitas. I'm going to go 6-3-1-5 in the superfecta. 6-3-1-5 super. Top selection of 6 horse, Snowy Coronitas. Martin Araga is on this 6-year-old gelding by Court Corona. This horse had his most recent outing the 2nd of February at Los Al. 100 yards in the just a basic 15,000 overnight stakes. This horse finished 8th there. Those $100,000 races, if you don't break well, you're done. This horse didn't break that well and just was done. Before that, going 100 at Los Al, December the 15th. This horse finished 4th by half length. If he didn't get bumped, I think he could have got a better position at the end, but he ran well. And then before that, Los Al's last victory in a lounge race, going 100 yards, half a furlong. This horse won by a neck. A horrible break that day, but he got there in the end, just getting up there. Good victory there. And then at Fresno, 350 in a final for 8,000. Horse finished 4th by length. Didn't have the best to start, but he was coming a little bit at the end. The horse's last win before that race in Los Al in late 2017. You have to go back to early 2017 at Los Al. But he ran on the Northern California Fair Circuit last summer, running here in a 300,000 final in this race last year, and he finished second by a neck. He led most of the race up until the wire, but he ran a good race. I like this horse coming back here today at 5-1 off the break. Watch out for him. So to recap my selections for the second from Sacramento, it's the Linger Injury Lawyers Stakes. Gonna go with the 6 horse Snowy Coronitas. Gonna go 6-3-1-5 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 7 from Los Al. The 7th race, it's Lounge Optional Claimer, purse $29,000. This race is for 3-year-olds and upwards, which never won $10,000 twice. The main claiming starter, which never won 3 races here, going for an optional claim price $62,500. Looking over the horses, out of the 7 of them, 5 are going for the price. They're going the distance of ground here, 1,600 meters or 1 lap around Cal Expo, which is 1 mile. 1,600 meters, 1 mile. My top selection here, I like the number 7 horse here, The 7-horse Eagle Screams. Gonna go 7-4-2-5 in the superfecta. 7-4-2-5 super. Top selection 7-horse Eagle Screams. 9-year-old gelding here by Redatori. Catalino Martinez is on this one. Getting blinkers on today for the first time in quite a while. Horse's most recent outing came the 21st of June at Oak Tree at Pleasanton. A mile and a 16th and a claiming 40. His horse finished second by a head there. And, he stalked early. A very good middle move at the quarter pole, or whatever they call that move at the quarter pole. Had the lead, then he got overtaken at the wire. Maybe the move got to him, but it was a decent race at the end. Before that, Santa Anita 1 mile claiming 25,000. Horse finished third by 1 3/4 lengths there. A little bit wide, but he did close up a little bit at the end. But then right before the wire, he did weaken out of it. So it was a little bit of a weird stretch run. And then at Santa Anita 1 mile claiming 20. Horse won by half length. He stalked early, got the lead, and then he took off. He's already run here at Sacramento, but that came quite a while ago, and it wasn't a good race. But I think into this spot, it's not the toughest spot, and I think with the Y post race, he should really do well. One of his best races, I think, this year was a loss at Santa Anita, March 24th, mile and 8th, and a claiming 25. He finished second by 5 3/4 lengths, and he showed some heart there early on in the race, setting some pace. If he didn't drift, I think he could have got the victory, but it was a decent effort, one of his better races. I like this horse a lot here today, so watch out for him. So to recap my selections for the 7th from Sacramento Cal Expo, gonna go with the 7-horse Eagle Screams, gonna go 7-4-2-5 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5. Good luck, everybody.